I don't get it. Every single morning I see the exact same music. Every morning I see the exact same music video. I understand. It's the same one I commented saying that the artist uses their music video showing them at a concert, but the concert isn't just for them, it's for a list of artists. So it's like, interesting. Because they're not big enough to have their own concert yet, but they go to like a public one where it's like a list. Now, if you're wondering why we have this camera over here instead, mainly because we had to. Because before, when I came here, there was a person in the that section. So yeah. Oh well. So I forgot to say good morning. I think I did. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So yeah. So yesterday they didn't actually live stream. My fault. So what happened yesterday? It's kind of like a blur. I'll tell you exactly what happened yesterday. Hold on. Let me get some more water first. So basically, what happened yesterday is we tried to go fishing, woke up, and for the Elvis regime and the dips and pull-ups, I had to let those go because the right arm was a bit from the night before was like somehow bursted a bit. So yeah, we did that. Might have to give it another recovery day as well. Who knows? I'll see how it feels. Besides that, though, yeah, we set up for fishing, tried a brand new spot. Unfortunately, the low tide was just too worse. So no fish. Then we went to the lake again, no fish. Then we went back to HQ. It was still cloudy and cold. We ate the food and drank all the water that I was late on because we went fishing. And then I got knocked out for like 2 to 3 hours. And then woke up, went straight to work. So yeah, no stream yesterday is what it is. But I'll make it up today, obviously. Today we are going to be doing Subnautica 2. So that's going to be lovely. Can't wait. Can't wait. 6 hours plus. Subnautica 2. Something to do. Aha. Subnautica 2. Something to do. Oh yeah. Plus, even if Subnautica 2 gets a bit off, we have Game Pass. Well, I will get it. And yeah, can't wait. It's going to be great. See how it goes and stuff. And that's about it. Just today's plans. Today's plans are pretty simple, right? Do this. See how my arm is before we do the dips. And then see we'll do up with the regime or partial of it. Then edit. Then eat food. Then see what other kind of data work I can do before the delivery work. And then after the delivery work, I'll see what's up before I can start streaming. And then we'll be streaming for like, I got like a good window of maybe 4 or 5 hours. And then after that, the window closes. And then, yeah, that's about it. Sleep early, I guess. That's all I can think of. Or prep for the next day fishing. GG. I really was trying to get an eel, but we failed. Failed to get an eel. I bet if I went to a different spot, I would have easily got it. Somewhere deeper. Oh yeah, I need to edit the DJ video. Never mind. So I guess that's part of the data work I can do. Edit the DJI footage. Should be pretty easy. Nothing happened. Only exciting part was us exploring the bridge and all. So yeah. Huh, the last kilometer of the Tottengrats looks very interesting. You know that thing where it's like everyone bikes. What the hell? Lost the lead. What happened? There was this guy who sprinted at the very top, but then as the corner came, he just gave up like 20 positions. What the hell? R.I.P. Now it's a new leader. Wait, that was so interesting. Well, he just gave up too. What? What's going on? I don't understand what just happened. The the rest on the TV show said 1 kilometer, and then everyone just started going crazy speed. And then one person, the leader, who was going super fast, went to the corner and then just gave up and lost 20 positions. And then there's a new sprint leader, and then like 30 meters before the ending, he just pulled over to the side and then lost 20 positions too. I don't understand. I don't know the rules, but I don't think you're supposed to. Wait, is the race over or what? Maybe his heart couldn't take it. I guess that makes sense. He was leading and then he just pulled over. Yeah, I bet he pushed too hard. But two people pushed too hard. Is that what it's called? The Tour de France. But they're literally replaying his fall off. He was leading and then he went to the outside lane and literally lost like 20 positions. And then the next guy who was at the front, he sprinted. And then he just lost, and he went to the inside. And then he just lost 20 positions. What? I'll be a great commentator. Where the Philippine gang go? They left. Wait, that was literally the ending though. What? Okay, I think my theory on that race is simple. Those guys that pulled off at the end, they sprinted too early, I reckon. They were going full speed too early, and they were slowly draining out. By the time they got too close to the finish line, they used up all of their stamina. So they had no choice but to pull on to the side and forfeit because everyone else still has stamina. So I guess that's what happened. Used stamina too early, was in the lead too early, pushed too hard, not enough time. Not enough stamina, and lost. Is what it is. At least it makes them more glory, at least, right? It's like the winner is like, oh, he just was in the crowd. But this guy, he was leading for like so long, he just ran out of power. Then he was like literally like 5 meters ahead of everyone too. Yeah. Actually, no, they're replaying the winners now. Those winners started falling. No, the winners of the race literally sprinted full on hard after the corner. That Indian dude almost won. He came second, and then the winner just came out of nowhere. What an interesting race. I think it's the first time I've actually talked about something on the TV. I think it was the first time we actually commentated on something on the TV. It was actually interesting. The last kilometer of the Tour de France. Who knew? Man, now it's over. So what's the story about? I don't even know. We were just talking about the race. Oh yeah, I had a really weird nightmare. I had a really weird dream this morning too. I can still vividly remember it too. I guess I'll talk about it since it's still in my head. It was something to do with it had to do something with one family member who had some weird message, right? And then my family looked into the message, and then all of a sudden, old acquaintances of mine entered the house, and then they started accusing me of being some kind of evil demon or something. And then I kicked them out, and then the police came, and then more people came, and then the police officer tackled them. I don't know. It was a weird dream. By the way, fun fact. Actually, I don't even know. It's not really a fun fact. It's more like basic knowledge, right? But technically, police can know your location without you explaining where you are, right? I think especially in 2026, it's like, if they say, where's the emergency, right? You're like, it's on me. Okay, where's that? I don't know, just look at my GPS location. And of course, you want to add top priority to your call. So you explain your situation, but then remember, you must add the maybe. This person maybe have a gun. He may be trying to hurt me. He may be trying to hurt the police. Help, help, help. Hang up. There you go. Number one priority on the call. If you explain your situation, that might put your priority lower. But you're not being deceptive either because you're saying maybe. You aren't stating, you're saying maybe. You were given a possibility that this person may be having a gun. They may be trying to hurt you. They may be trying to hurt police. You're not lying. You're just saying maybe. And therefore, there's no karmic retribution. And the police will put your call on top priority. Especially because you hang up as well. You hang up, you tell your story a bit. Make sure to add the maybes in, and then hang up as well. Don't keep talking to the operator. The more you talk to the operator, the more priority lower you get. If you just hang up and add a state of emergency to your call, then they'll put it at top priority because they have unknown. It's kind of like, for example, let's say your father called you, right? You're like, son, come over here and help me right now. And he hangs up. You're like, oh crap, gotta go right now, right? But then imagine your dad called you and was like, hey, son, go cut the grass. No, can you come here and cut the grass? Also do this and that. You're like, oh, okay, fine. I guess I'll be there soon, right? Actually, no, that's a lie. Because if you're a son and you have a father, you obey it 100%. So you just do what it does, says fast, efficient, right? I think a better example is like with your mother, right? If your mother screamed and said, help me, help me, help me in the house, you'd be like, oh crap, gotta go, right? But then if your mother screamed and said, a spider, you'll be like, okay, I'll be there soon, you know? Oh, it's a spider, alright. Not the highest priority, right? Gotta quickly finish this thing I was doing real quick, right? But if they scream, you know? It's like you're taking a shit or something and you hear a scream. Without the context, you would, get out there fast and help out, right? If you heard the context, be like, oh, there's a spider. Okay, you'll just finish taking a dump first and then help, right? So that's the same as like a phone call with the police. Less context, more emergency, higher priority. More context, they'll put you lower priority. Of course, it just depends on the situation, of course. It's a general idea. Heavily depends on the context, of course. I think I've said this before from Sensei as well. But just because someone does karma retribution doesn't make them evil. Because if you're saying that if someone does karma retribution and that makes them evil, then that doesn't make sense. So you're basically saying that if you're lying and being deceptive, then you're good. Doesn't make sense, right? That's like that's one thing that doesn't make sense. So you're saying that if you be truthful and everything, then you're not. It depends on the context, of course. Everyone does karma retribution. It just depends on the context, right? But lying and being deceptive is not good. Well, based on our good and black, white and black scenarios, I guess in a way, lying and being manipulative is needed. Like some people need to lie and be manipulative in order to make a balance. So there's no right or wrong, right? Saying that being deceptive and lying is wrong because it's needed to keep the world operating, right? To keep a balance. It's grey, never black and white. So there you go. Kind of like the Filipino gang's gone. Absolute not cinema, but it's an actual talkative day. Here we go, look. 330. It must be because we slept 2 hours early. Oh no. We slept like 2 to 3 hours extra. Yeah. Everyone's gone. It's like I said from pattern recognition, right? When we do the cardio, the car park's full, and like the whole entire Filipino gang's there, or some other people. But then after cardio they leave, and reason is because all of those people have not slept yet. They'll sleep now, but they haven't slept. They haven't slept yet, so they have to leave. So yeah, that is why this is called golden hour. You have to sleep earlier. You have to sleep before coming here to enjoy golden hour. If not, you'll suffer. Well, not suffer, but you'll leave. Oh no, you will suffer because you're with more people. Depending on how Subnautica goes, I actually might finish that gas station game. Reason is because the main purpose of the game was to actually like do the alien stuff, and yeah, I might actually try that. And as we need to see if our arm's okay or not. If not, then we'll have to skip this. We'll have to pause it again. Reason is because yeah, like I said on Thursday, right after doing the arm day on Thursday, near the night of the end, near the end of the stream, during Satisfactory, my arm, the blood vein or something kind of like bursted. It felt like when you had like a blood test, right? It felt like that. It felt like I had a blood test on my right arm, and like it was all red as well. So then yesterday when I tried to do dips, no, when I tried to do like push-ups and like upper regime, it was like it was, it felt weird. And like I said, since we're so experienced now, any kind of slight like any kind of slight pang or ping, I will skip the exercise. Only because from my experience, if I push it too hard, I'll actually injure myself. Just like how when I had like my wrist injury, right, when I was younger, I just pushed through it. I was like, yep. I had the mentality of like, yep, let's push through the pain, and I just made it worse. And then I was like, couldn't do much bicep things with my wrist for like months because I literally not fractured. I think I did, not fractured. I think I did, not fractured, but like pulled it so hard that my grip strength was like literally less than a couple of kgs. So ever since then, any kind of slight pain, if you push too hard, like you don't want to burst it or damage it. You're just gonna have to let it calm down. Actually, we didn't learn our lesson because when I did the running, remember that? When I did the running and I injured my foot, I kept pushing it, and then I literally had to walk for like a whole month or two because I literally damaged it so badly. I never went to the doctors for it. Never went. I just stopped and it healed itself right over time. So any kind of slight pain, I will let it calm down for a bit, right? It's better to let it rest for a couple of days rather than push through it and then now you have to heal for a whole month. And that's something I want to avoid. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. The chest takes most of the impact. Oh, nuts. Forgot there's a secondary water bottle. There is a secondary water bottle. Completely forgot about the secondary water bottle. Well, no, we just started. So I didn't forget. So, no, didn't forget at all. I think I've been hearing the same playlist music the entire, like, it's the same music all the time now. I always hear it. Actually, no, they swap it every now and then. But I think they keep the same playlist rotation for like a week at least, or more. Yeah, I think it's the like when you do this exercise, when you do that one, you target like a really neglect. I target a neglected muscle, kind of. Well, maybe not neglected, but I like made it do good work, right? The I know it's good. I just realized that person didn't that no, there's no sound barrier from there. No sound barrier. I just realized. Oh well. Yeah, he's got no sound barrier. Gigi will be here for like for a minute. We will be here for a minute, as in a lot longer. Wasn't it like there's like a thing where it's like if you can wrap your hand around your wrist, you're like small. But I can. Not my pinky, but you know, middle finger and other finger. Ah yes, something to look into today. But I actually can't wait. Well, I can, but you know what I mean. Gotta also refill the gas today as well. I'll show you guys the prices. It's normal. The guy disappeared again. Where'd he go? Sorry, I take my eyes off him for like 1 second. He's gone again. Where'd he go? I don't know. Where it disappeared. He's a magician. I didn't see the sliding door open. Yeah, we'll be here for like another 30, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know. Need to finish the water. Also, I am noticing that, I know I said be careful of the little sharp pain. It's not here yet, but I have a suspicion that after doing the dips, I'm gonna bang it. I think that's what happened yesterday as well. Yesterday when we did when we did the back day, I was fine, right? But then the moment I got back to HQ, I started to pang after doing, like trying to do one push-up. Like, it just started to pang and I was like, okay, we best skip it. So I have a suspicion that right now it's fine, but after doing the dips and I go back to HQ and do the Alpha 3, it's gonna do the same thing, but it's okay. Alpha 3 regime's still functional, even you just lose a lot of, you lose like the planks and push-ups and Alpha 3 regime antics, but majority of the other things are still able to be done, like the thrust and squats and also catching is actually really easy. I know a spot that can 100% catch an eel. The only problem is that, well, not really. If I really wanted to catch an eel, I would have to drive like an hour to this place called Birdling Flat. But in that little river system near the Birdling Flat, I remember I remember like before I started doing YouTube videos, right? I used a piece of sausage I found from the ground and put it on the hook, and then I caught like a big eel. Also, I did remember when I was also younger, I went to like a lake and I caught a huge eel, like monster river size at a lake. But I released it and I never recorded it because I had no filming gear. What a shame. So the reason I want to catch a eel, mainly for the lore, mainly for the lore and River Monster, Jeremy Wade, but mainly for the lore. Eating it is, yeah. I mean, I probably will eat it. I remember I'm pretty sure when I caught an eel, I gave it to a sushi owner and he was like pretty happy with it, so not bad. I need to refill the gas though. GG. Maybe I'll refill the gas later. Usually I would go straight. Usually I would just go to the gas station over here. It's gonna be the same way anyways. Just like one roundabout turn and we'll be fine. I think I'll be able to do it. I finished the water. We'll go check the weight and yeah. We actually haven't checked the weight lately, mainly because I haven't. I forgot. Well, no, it's not. I forgot. I just didn't care. I guess you could say that. Again, weight isn't really. It's not actually something to measure. It's more about the macros every day. Because I noticed that when we did the measuring weight every day, it fluctuates incredibly a lot. But I guess it's nice to maybe like once a week, maybe I don't know. It just really depends on the macro regime, right? Depends on the food you eat because you know it fluctuates a lot because sometimes you haven't excreted or something, right? So then yeah, you know what I mean? That's that's what happens. It's like if you don't excrete the previous day, you're away a bit more. Also depends on the food you eat too. Some foods maybe take like a day to digest. You know what I mean? I always put the camera here. Too lazy to put it in the corner. Wait, 70? 69.75. So whenever we measured the weight last time, it's basically the same. Alright, legitimately appreciate it. Alright, gonna end it here. Gonna obviously wash my hands before we go get some gas and yeah. Look at the gas prices, man. $3.38. That's so cheap. Have you seen my gas station? My gas station's like $8. Look at that. 319, 338, 288, 354. That is significantly cheaper. That's a bargain right there. My gas station be doing like $8. You know what I mean? 180, 53 liters.